Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Event just wrapped up about 20 minutes ago, and I told you, I told everyone, okay? I called this. I could not have called this harder. I could not have called this as don't get excited about this. There's a reason Apple's not promoting it. There's a reason they're not streaming it to the public. It's because there's not that much exciting changes coming. Now, I don't. Okay, I'll just say that up front. I predicted that coming. All right, but for people just joining in, as there's probably a lot of you, here are the changes. There is now an update to the $330 iPad. For schools, it is now $300. It supports the Apple Pencil. It comes in blush gold now. There's your changes. Okay. The new iPad comes in blush gold. It's not a 120 hertz display. It's not even. It has a slightly faster CPU than the 2016 iPad Pro, which came out with a 9.7-inch display. That one had a camera bump based on the Apple Store app I'm looking at right now. This is by far the only change, other than some new watch bands, some new phone cases. Other than that, it does not have the A10X. It has the A10 chip. The same chip used in the iPhone 7 is in the new iPad, which is this is a good deal, by the way. This is a really good budget iPad for schools. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying for people expecting SE2, blush gold, iPhone 10, AirPower, all of that. No. The Mini 4 is still here. The MacBook Air is still here. It didn't get a price reduction. It still exists. Nothing changed. But based on the chart I'm looking at, it's an A10 chip, which means that, my iPad Pro is a A10X chip, so it's a little bit faster. It has the 120 hertz display, obviously the thinner bezels. This iPad that was just introduced in that new blush gold color, by the way, you can adjust to that. So that is kind of a first. We haven't seen the iPad in that color before. But if you look closely, you'll realize there's no smart connector. They're not including that. That's separate, which I think is actually a good idea because it's already kind of confusing that we have the 10.5-inch smart connector and the 12.9-inch smart connector. Making a 9.7-inch smart connector wouldn't work as well. And yes, Tammy, you are correct. There are new apps for curriculum as well. And sorry about the first super chat from Connected Tech Talks. Yeah, you told us. There's a reason a company doesn't want to promote a live stream everywhere, which is that is so hilarious about this whole chat room. I was watching CNET cover it, but they didn't have a live view of the event. They were just talking about what people were blogging. And then everyone's like, how do I watch the event? How do I watch the event? And then you find out, well, Apple doesn't live stream this event, as everyone tried to warn you. And now you're disappointed. It's like they didn't want this much attention, though, in the first place. That's why they didn't. A $30 discount. Woohoo. Boy, you pay back for it in tax anyway. But yeah, it's basically the budget iPad, the $330 one for consumers, $300 for students. Supports the Apple Pencil, has a blush gold color, comes in the A10 chip. And sorry, no AirPower, no. It sucked. I thought that was going to happen at end of March just because there were rumors suggesting it, but it's not about education. So I mean, I can't say we expected Apple to release it today. That today was just supposed to be about the iPad. Ethan says, "What's your favorite thing? Where's 11.3? I thought 11.3 was out. Is it not?" Releasing it April Fools. That'd be funny. Thank you, Pranoy. But yeah, this could have refreshed more on the site. They definitely could have, but I'm guessing things are just not ready yet. But yeah, the homepage now has this really cool iPad and everything's hand drawn. The Apple Pencil's the same price. Budget iPad's the same price as it used to be. It's just $30 cheaper for schools, and it's got the faster CPU. I think it has the quad speakers. I'll look at the website right now. iPad mini's still there. Nothing's changed. Same price, no price reduction, no updates. Exact same. But yeah, the big change is basically that blush gold iPad. And just to cancel anyone who's asking, I don't think I'm getting one. I don't think I have a purpose for one. Brandon, I'm sorry, we don't have a micro LED Apple Watch release date. No idea. If it does happen, it would be in September though. So if it were to happen, that's when it is, but we don't know. We only have rumors. So yeah, they trying to get like gallery shots of it. Where can I see more pictures? I guess other than the bottom. Huh. Can you post a video of shifting from S9 to iPhone 10? I'll sum it up for you right now. It's refreshing. I love it. Apple fan says, "Are you still using it?" Who wanted me to review it? So they said, "Drew, I'm okay with you unboxing my phone and reviewing it, and then when you're done, send it back to me." So that was the deal we worked out. So now the S9 is going back to that fan. But yes, I'm back to the 10 now. Now that the S9 review is out and people are watching it and being controversial about it, there's no need for me to keep using it. But yeah, that's I think what most of the news is going to be about recently is people being upset that the Apple event didn't support, the cure to cancer or anything. It was just about the new iPad, not even a MacBook price reduction. The Logitech Crayon for $50, but I can't find it anywhere. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. I think, is it still a non-laminated display? That's what I'm curious about. Like, well, the website for the new iPad looks really cool. They just uploaded a video for it on the YouTube channel, but yeah, got 1,000 people watching. By the way, thank you. All these people who just want me to talk about anything new. Other than the new 9.7-inch iPad that supports Apple Pencil, that's new blush gold color. We've never seen an iPad in that color before. No, there's nothing new. There's nothing new, if that's what you're asking. You can still buy it in cellular, which is interesting. But yeah, they didn't. It doesn't have the SIM. It doesn't have the smart connector. The camera's not any different. The camera still does 1080p rear. 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, 720p front-facing. iOS 11.4 just got announced, bringing ClassKit support coming soon, Apple says. So there you go. So you got some classroom apps. When Apple says this is about education, that's what they mean. Okay. So, probably more people could have saw that coming, the idea that the reason the Apple logo is hand-drawn is because they're bringing Apple Pencil support to nearly all iPads. See, if they would have discontinued the Mini 4, they could say the Apple Pencil is supported on all new iPads. But because they keep selling the Mini 4, which is bizarre. I know you guys like the Mini, but the Mini 4 is bizarre because the Mini 4 starts at $400. It is 128 gigs, but it starts at 400, so it's smaller. I believe tech spec wise, it's not that good either compared to the new iPads. Between the 10.5-inch iPad and the new budget one, yeah, not much has changed. If they killed the Mini 4, it would mean that all new iPads support the Apple Pencil, but they keep selling it. Like, if I'm looking at tech specs here, the Mini 4 still has an A8 chip. That's what the HomePod has. The HomePod has the same chip, and they keep selling it for $400. It is 128 gig again, but I'm guessing they're just trying to push the iPad minis out because they still have them in stock. They're just trying to get rid of as much of them as they can, and then they'll probably discontinue. Will macOS and iOS ever merge or just share apps? I don't think anytime soon, but I'm sure, Brandon, that Apple's working on it. And as soon as there's an intelligent way to do that, they'll make it happen. But because it hasn't happened yet, I'm assuming that there's not a good way to do it. At least they're not calling it the camera reimagined, right? Like the S9. But yeah, I'm very refreshed to have my iPhone 10 back. But I think, okay, so the people on CNET were bringing up interesting points. They were saying the new budget iPad sort of makes the iPad Pros less functional, because one of the reasons to get an iPad Pro is if you wanted Apple Pencil support. So if you wanted to use this, you had to pay extra for an iPad, or I guess with the smart connector. But I suppose that is only the new advantage with the new budget iPad. which means that there's now less of a reason to buy this, because if you need an Apple Pencil, if you need it to draw, you can get by with the $330 iPad or get 128 gig for $400. Still a really good deal. You can do that without this now, but the difference is these are about to be refreshed in June, and it's going to be a massive one. It's going to be same size bezel all the way around, no more home button, Face ID without a notch. So they're kind of okay with capitalizing the current iPad Pro lineup, because they're like, you know what, we don't need to sell a ton of iPad Pros in the next 3 months, because we're going to be refreshing the iPad Pros very soon. And yeah, I was commenting on the CNET stream because I was like, I could live stream my reaction to their reaction, but once I figured out that they weren't, I didn't know what live coverage meant. CNET said they were going to have live coverage of the event. I thought that was going to be them filming the actual keynote take place. That's not what was happening. That's also new. That's also new. Students get 200 gigs of iCloud storage for free. For consumers, I believe that's $3 a month. So you get $3 a month for free from Apple. You can now buy space gray Mac accessories. Oh, shut up. No way. Are you serious? If that's true, I don't know where I would look for that. Keyboards? Is that true? Oh, no. They're independent from iMac Pro now. All of my stuff is no longer exclusive. Let me go to Mac accessories here. Shop mice and keyboards. Why am I not seeing it? You guys are. I don't see it. Oh, no. I see it right here. Okay. Numeric keypad. You can get it in space gray now. Okay. So no, it's no longer exclusive to the iMac. You can get a space gray keyboard now. Okay. Wow, it does cost. Does it cost more? It does. If you go space gray, it's $150. If you go 129, wait, can you get the smaller Magic keyboard? No, you can't. I always wanted the smaller Magic keyboard in space gray, but that's still not an option. How much? Okay, so the Magic Mouse 2 is $80, but if you get it in space gray, it's $100. Huh. So you guys can get this mouse too now. I guess selling is kind of. Can you get the lightning cable? Who knew that would be the big update? All these tiny little changes. They got a bunch of watch bands and cases that came out too. That's fascinating. They were like, yeah, you know what? Now it's available. Where would I look for that? Under what accessory? Just quick links under accessories. Would it be under power cable? So there's a blue folio case now. But I mean, I didn't care for that too much in the first place. Let's just find. I guess finding just a lightning cable. I don't see a black lightning cable, so I guess I still get that with my iMac Pro. The pink folio case, right? I still get the black lightning cable certified from Apple. But yeah, that's funny that just got changed. It's interesting that you can buy this in space gray now, but you can't buy like a shorter version. I kind of wish there was one without a numeric pad that was in space gray. Oh, right. You get the lightning cable with the keyboard. That makes sense. Good point. Is there a trackpad? I'll check. Is the trackpad available in both mice and keyboards? It is, yes. So the Magic Trackpad 2 Silver is $130, but Space Gray it's $150. So that answers that question. The trackpad is there, but because it's gray, it costs more. That's more exclusive. The event started and is now over. That's why this live stream is called Post Apple Event, which is that there's a new iPad. There's a reason. People who are disappointed by this event, you have to blame yourself, because Apple was not trying to hype you up. They invited a handful of people to this press event. They did not promote it on their website. They did not live stream it themselves because they didn't think it was that big a deal. Personally, if I was in charge of Apple, I don't think this deserved a keynote. This could have been done via a website refresh. They could have just one day we all wake up and go, oh, look, there's a new iPad. That's what I was predicting would happen this whole time. I was like, There may be some price reductions, but that's it. There's not going to be the giant SE2 release, or I don't even think if we got a gold iPhone, it would have been talked about in the keynote, which we didn't, by the way. I think they're saving all that new stuff for June. Juan donated, said best use of $2. Thank you, appreciate it. Should I? No, I gotta buy too much stuff. I was like, well, we could set a super chat goal for like, should I review the new iPad? But do you really want one? Do you really want a review of me just saying this is cheap and it supports the Apple Pencil? Thanks, everyone. Okay, I reviewed the iPad, so I don't think I need to do that. I can look at it and tell you, okay, it's a little bit faster and it supports the Apple Pencil. But guess what? I already have an iPad that does that. Works fine. You can now get Space Gray accessories. That is correct. Did they add a new Thunderbolt? Like I said, it was not a major event. Thank you, Tammy, for your super chat and for saying to not do it. I don't think that would be an interesting video. New Thunderbolt USB-C to USB-C 0.8 millimeters. Why? Why does someone need one that short? That's bizarre. Huh. $40. Geez. There's okay. USB-C charge cable, that's $20, but then Thunderbolt 3 is separate, I guess. I guess they didn't have that before. I didn't even notice. I just thought review, no need. Exactly, Krista. In the names of the Google Pixel hardware team. Yes, do it, then return it to get your money back. But what's the struggle? What do you want me to say in the review? Yeah, it's cheap. It's the same camera. It's literally like the two things that change with the budget iPad is CPU and Apple Pencil support. I don't think the display was laminated, and I guess the color's new, but I mean it's white bezel, so. ETF is going on. Tell me what came out so far. It's the event's over. The event has concluded. All that happened was the new budget iPad got an A10 chip and Apple Pencil support. No smart connector, no 120 hertz, no new Mac, no AirPower, no SE2. All the things that you guys get yourself hyped up for when Apple announces things. None of those things happened except for the iPad. Retro review the iPhone TG. Love your channel. Brandon, if you scroll back, you can see that I did that. It's a 1-hour keynote. Parker, yes, it's over. There's a reason they didn't live stream this. They didn't want to hype it up. This was Apple doing a minor event. This is not a major event. They weren't trying to release a bunch of stuff. They were mostly just trying to work with teachers and students on some new apps. 200 students now get 200 gigs for free. If you hype this up beyond what it was meant to. Apple March events have never been big. First of all, we didn't have one last year. Last year we had a website in 2016. The March event was 1 hour long, and they talked about the 9.7-inch iPad Pro and the iPhone SE. That was it. It wasn't a huge event. This was also not a huge event. So next from Benjamin says your Apple Herd needs a review, responsiveness. I guess a review, it would be a very short video. Recapping this event is going to take 2 seconds. That's why I'm kind of doing a live stream right now, and I think I might call that good. And if you want me to make an edited video in which I recap everything, I mean, I guess I could just go for the views and be like, well, a lot of people are searching for this. I guess I'll do it. But wow, that's a first. I had Will ask me in the chat, why do you hate Apple? They're asking the Apple sheep, why do you hate Apple? Technoblade never dies, and you should sub to him. Okay, thank you, Gabo. Appreciate it. Everything Apple Pro kept hyping this up like they're going to release this new Mac Pro or something. I was against that. That's what I kept telling everyone. I kept telling everyone not to get too excited about something that Apple doesn't promote very heavily. Think my iPad Pro 2016 with the 9.7-inch now obsolete. Well, you still have your smart connector for one. So the new iPad doesn't have that, but you do have a slower CPU because that is now a 2-year-old iPad. So it's not completely useless. I'm just saying that 2 years old, yeah, there's newer products coming out that are going to be better. I do need a haircut, yeah. Recently became Apple Sheep, must have missed it. Yeah, I love Apple, guys. I'm very excited for what Apple has to unveil this year. I was against the March event. I didn't think there was enough to announce in the first place. So like A9X, very similar to A10 though, isn't it? Exactly. Sudden death gaming. It's barely it's a little bit faster with no smart connector. It's and no camera bump. You can look at it that way. $10 for getting it right. Thank you, Han Solo. Appreciate it. I suppose I could do an edited video recapping that not anything really changed, just in case people are at work right now and they don't know what happens. But yeah, that's about it. I don't even think you can buy the original budget iPad that came out last year. They've just updated it. So now this will be officially remembered as the 2018 iPad. And that's how we're going to have to insist on. By the way, you enticed me to buy a HomePod, and I love it. Also, as you can tell, I'm a strong Apple fan by my Apple picture. Thank you, Parker. I'm glad you like it. Apple Juice says iPad review equals more views, more ad revenue, and new subs. I guess, but is that all we care about now? It's all just about views and clicks. I guess we do. We still got a lot of people watching. This is a much heavier viewed live stream than usual, but regardless, yeah. The keynote will be available on Apple's website and the Apple Events app on the Apple TV, but in a little bit, not yet. It'll be a while. 3,000 word essay on an iPad with no keyboard. Talk about space gray keyboard. We could talk about accessories the whole time. That's all this really is. Budget iPad, bunch of accessories. It's funny that they finally made that available, though. I know. I saw the space gray stuff is now directly available, but it's directly more expensive. If you buy the space gray keyboard, it costs more, which is interesting. What new iPhones are coming out in September? I don't know. The standard 10, 10 plus, you know what's happening. We know, yes. Website's been updated. Sadly, no AirPower. That's probably the biggest disappointment for me. I was really hoping forward to that. But that was, again, a guess. There was no like evidence to back that up other than people saying, I think it'll come out in March. Other than that, I had no reason to expect it. So yeah, if Apple wouldn't here's the thing, if Apple wouldn't have announced this event, a lot less people would be disappointed right now. We could have just had a pleasant surprise of, oh, there's a new iPad. That's kind of cool. I don't think the screen's laminated. I think somehow it supports the Apple Pencil, but is still non-laminated because that's how they keep it cheap. March event be called a keynote? Not really. One last thing, I talked to Steve Wozniak a lot, and I was wondering if you want me to DM you his phone number. By the way, I'm 13. Parker, I have my doubts, but sure, DM me on Twitter. I have my doubts about that. Yes, Peter is confirming the screen is not laminated. So again, it's not like this is not the same iPad they unveiled in 2016. Yeah, I imagine I haven't been on YouTube, obviously. I just went live right after the event wrapped up, but I imagine everything Apple Pro is not happy based on how much he was hyping this up, as he hypes up most things. If there's an event, it's going to have this item and this item, this item, new Mac Pro and new SE and new Apple Watch 4. And my SE is going to have bezel-less design with Face ID. Yeah. A9X has some better graphics than the A10, sure. So you could say they're at least equal. Don't think that this iPad makes your 9.7-inch iPad Pro worthless. That's still a perfectly good iPad. And yeah, everything Apple Pro is definitely in it for the clicks. But that's okay. That's fine. We're all in it for the clicks. That's the point of all YouTubers. I'm not hating on him. I'm still subscribed to him. I'm still going to watch it. But yeah, he definitely hyped this up way too much. And yeah, first of all, I appreciate you donating, Parker. However, if you had Steve Wozniak's number and you started giving it out to people, I don't think he would like you very much. A10X is in his title. Oh, is that right? Did he get something wrong? Everything Apple Pro's uploading before things are ready. Well, I'm looking right at his channel and I don't see a new video, but that's usually YouTube just messing things up. Guess everyone's talking about the new what is it? Everyone's talking about the Huawei P20, which just dropped as well. So that's also in news. You got to admit though, the blush gold color looks pretty good. Apple said the education stuff coming in June. Spring ends in June, so I'm guessing AirPower is coming then. Again, every time there's an event, I'm gonna have to say, well, maybe it's coming there. But also keep in mind, we could have another HomePod situation where just randomly it comes out. We could randomly just have like, oh, yeah, there it is. I'm hoping for that, but yeah. Martin says, how much do you think the new wireless case for the AirPods cost? I'm imagining it costing the same or not much different. Will the 2017 iPad support the Apple Pencil now? No. Get that. Make sure, Fernando. Hold on, I see the other super chat. Make sure we get something very clear. Apple Pencil support is added via hardware. Your old budget 2017 iPad, that doesn't support Apple Pencil. It does not have the display technology to do that. This new one that just came out, the 2018 iPad, that one, same price, unless you're at school, then it's $300. That one can support Apple Pencil. Okay, make sure people understand that. I really don't want people in the 2017 iPad to think that now they can buy an Apple Pencil. Don't do that. Gustavo says, when do you think we're going to get Mac OS 11? Probably. Well, I mean, technically we got 11. It's just 10 point something. I don't know. Naming schemes are always weird. We're gonna get a new Mac OS in June though, for sure. Just got AirPods. Love them. New case soon, right? I thought, Brandon, I really thought it was going to be soon. Regardless, I know it's hard to believe, but I just called him one day. He didn't answer, so I left him a message, and he called me back, and we've been talking ever since. By the way, you can just Google his number. It's on his website. Oh, well, if it's on his website, then what's the special? But yeah, if you want me to DM you, Parker, I don't know. I'll set a price. If you super chat $50 with your username and I'll DM you on Twitter and you can tell me all the great things you talk about. Anyway, Jose says, great predictions. Here's some support. Great channel. Thank you, Jose. Appreciate it. Now, people are telling me on Twitter to say, please make a video on the Huawei P20 Pro camera, which I'll gladly check out. But I think more people are interested in the Apple event right now. So probably after this live stream, I'll try to recap all of that. And then maybe the next day we'll talk about the P20. Interesting. But in other news, Ben Geskin is tweeting that there's new reports saying that new Apple Watch models later this year will have a new design with a 15% larger display. So we're finally getting a design change to the Apple Watch. That could be proof of micro LED technology actually coming true. So I'm looking at a CNET video now, and people are hands-on with the 2018 iPad. I'm trying to see if it has quad speakers. What do you think about the new iPad? I still think it's a great deal. I mean, I think the event, everyone hyped up way too high, and people are really excited about something that they probably shouldn't be that excited about. But as an iPad, it's a really good deal. The idea that, I mean, it already was. The fact that you can get an A10 chip, very A10 Fusion chip, very powerful, with the new blush gold color with Apple Pencil support. Still a Retina display, still 256 pixels per inch. Very powerful, very good size, fairly decent camera. Just a basic 1080p one, but no camera bump, which is kind of nice. I wish my iPad didn't have a camera bump. I don't know if it has quad speakers. It might not. I can't tell. I'm trying to find a picture. that'll tell me. So I'm guessing that because they're not talking about it too much, it probably doesn't. It only has speakers on the bottom. So it doesn't. People are telling me in the chat. So that's really the only changes. Really, the only changes is Apple Pencil support and the blush gold color and the A10 chip. So there's three primary changes to the budget iPad. See, last year they introduced this iPad and they didn't need a keynote. But now this minor update, they want to have a tiny keynote that is exclusive to people, exclusive to students. Two speakers on the bottom, just like an old iPad Air, yeah. But yeah, it's really wasn't that big a deal. It's just people are making it out to be a much larger event than it really is. Really could have been a website refresh. Shout out for putting up with S9 for a week, Android. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Joel. S9 was awful. Yeah. No quad speakers on the new iPad. But yeah, S9 is going back to its original owner now. So yeah, I'm interested because the S9 video was like I published it and a bunch of people unsubscribe right away and then slowly starts growing up faster and faster and faster, and now subscribers still jumping up really, really high again. Does it have some exclusive wallpapers? I don't know. Does it? No, it has a headphone jack. Yeah. Can any student buy the iPad for $300? Big fan, by the way. Thank you, Swift Apple. I think not sure what you have to do to verify. I think for education, yes, it's 300, but I mean, it's still over that way. But student, should I try? Should I attempt to get the student discount? So I won't buy it right now, but I'll just pretend to. So if I go to the store, I don't see where the education discount part is. I save on iPad for education, learn about education pricing. I bought a lot of Apple products with the education account because I used to be a student. Then they give me discounts for that. Looks like you have to sign into your school store or sign up for educational discount, enroll your institution. So I don't think any student can. I think it's more for like classrooms buying them in bulk. But yeah. Will this replace the 2017 iPad 5th gen? Basically, this was the 2017 iPad that came out in March last year. It's this again, but with Apple Pencil support, faster CPU, new color. That's the changes. That's really all you needed to hear, other than Space Gray, Magic Mouse, and keyboard are now available, and trackpad. Some new watch bands, some new phone cases. Really not that major. Really should have been a website refresh. I don't know why they needed to make this a press event. That gets people way too excited way too easily. Because clearly now there's all these people, they're like the Everything Apple Pro fans who just watch that and they're like, oh my God, tomorrow everything's going to change. And then not much happens. And they're like, oh, this is such a letdown. They should have just not done it, honestly. Would have been much easier if they didn't do it at all. No air power. It's on the bottom for education and shop for college. Okay. Yeah, I mean, save your $30, go for it. It's still a good deal. Not saying it's not a good deal. Just saying, event was overhyped. Let's see if I go to Twitter. What did Yeah, everyone's telling me on Twitter that you can buy these things separately now. I know. Let's see. I'm following Everything Apple Pro, but he hasn't. Everyone's saying he's just uploaded and I'm not getting notified, but that's YouTube for you. A10 Fusion. No, he didn't put A10X in the title. Yeah, it's a short video. These recaps are pretty basic. No iPhone SE. Nope. That's it. Should Apple push wireless charging or bezel-less first? Does a bezel-less aluminum iPhone make sense? Yeah, that's what I think is coming out later this year, is a more budget-friendly iPhone with Face ID and gesture control. He did put A10X when he first uploaded, so he made a mistake. Okay, that's fine. He probably hit it on accident, to be honest. Not much has changed. Isn't Apple supposed to release their own recording on the event? I watched the event. Is it up, Drew? You're their lawyer. Please help me. I think it takes time to process before it's available. Even if they did live stream the event, it usually takes a little while before it's available. I don't know why you want to. There's not something I'm missing that where they didn't talk about the accessories during the event. It's mostly just school stuff. But you can watch the iPad unveil video on Apple's YouTube channel. That's out. Robert super chatted. Thank you very much. I would say start the if you were green guy, if you're starting the Apple ecosystem, go with the iPhone. That's where everything begins. Yeah, YouTube doesn't know how sub boxes work. It's so frustrating. They're always like, this random Jake Paul post made its way into your feed for no reason, even though you don't follow him. And yet, like, I'm subscribed to all these channels and I don't get notified when they upload. It's very annoying. That's why I follow them on Twitter. It's because I get notified. Clips app, any good? I haven't used Clips in a long time. It's kind of cool. I remember there's some cool features in it, but yeah, not much interesting. I don't like how everyone like the P20 is notch better than the 10, but the iPhone has a better screen. I mean, a notch is a notch, really. Even if the notch is smaller, it's not less intrusive. It's still an irregularity in the display. It doesn't to me really like make a difference that our notch is smaller. It's still there when you're watching something, when you're viewing something. There's still a cutout. I think Essential Phone still holds the record for smallest notch. I don't know much about the SE2 other than it's rumored to come out this summer. You expecting an iPad Pro 2? Well, technically we had an iPad Pro 2. They just didn't call it a Pro 2. I'm expecting the Pro 10 lookalike with Face ID. Apple Pencil's now $89 for students. Great. Save $10 or buy it refurbished and probably save a lot more. How much is can you get that certified refurbished? That'd be cool. How much are those? Or get a used one, honestly. I think I saw one on Facebook yard sale for like refurbished accessories, right? I think I saw an Apple Pencil on what was it? Facebook yard sale for like $30 or something. You can get them used. Did you tweet by the Onion about? No, I didn't see that. Will the MacBook Air be announced at WWDC? I don't know about the MacBook Air. People were already saying before this event, I think it was Kuo or someone was saying that a replacement to the budget iPad won't come until Q3. They got this totally wrong. That's all this was. They got that completely wrong. He said A10X in the video. Uh-oh. Everything Apple Pro looks like you got content out there a little too quickly. Might make some mistakes. Yeah, he corrected it in the comments. It's not a Fusion chip. I hope he didn't make that a big point as to why it's a cool iPad, because that would backfire. Wait for AirPods charging case. Now I don't know. I mean, they won't. Only wait for the AirPod charging case if you have iPhone 8 or 10 and you have an Apple Watch Series 3. That's the only reason to wait. If you have both of those things, wait for new AirPods. If you don't, just get them now. You'll be fine. You'll live without it. We got to rush shows. I am looking at chat, Melon Plays. What computer do you use? What's a computer? What kind of question is that? Subscribe to the main channel. Will Apple make black or space gray cables? They do. You just got to buy an iMac Pro. That's all. It is an A10 Fusion chip. It says so on Apple's website. It is an A10 Fusion chip. No one's denying that. We're saying it's not an A10X. That's different. My iPad Pro has an A10X chip. This has 6 cores. A10 Fusion has 4. I think that's the difference. A10X is faster. Wyatt's going to attack me for saying what's a computer. That's true. Yeah, A10 is plenty powerful. That's not a slow CPU. It's perfect for education. This is great for classrooms. What Apple intended this to be good for, it's great for. The A10X is better, but also again, the iPad 10.5 inch starts at what, $600? It might be higher, isn't it? If I go to buy real quick, I can check. It starts at $650. So the fact that you can get the budget iPad with an A10 chip for $300, that's a great deal. That's super worth it. Black Air Power, that would be cool. That would be super cool. I'd like to see that. The education system, that's a different problem. I hate the education system, and it's full of problems. I kind of wish now that there was a blush gold 10.5-inch iPad. We'll probably get a blush gold iPad this summer when the 10 comes out. By 10, I mean iPad that mimics the iPhone 10, as in it has Face ID and a no home button. They're not the event's over, people. My goodness, the events happen. It's past. That's why this is called post Apple. The ad for the new iPad is very cool. Yeah, it looked neat. It was a cool introductory with the pencil, just drawing stuff. Definitely get the blush gold iPad if they give us one. It would depend on the bezels. If the bezels are white, I'm not interested. But I'm kind of wanting to start moving towards a silver ecosystem too. Why don't streaming Apple event? It wasn't a big deal, so Apple didn't want to stream it. It's as simple as that. They didn't think this deserved, nationwide attention. And we gave it nationwide attention anyway. Please inform people who are just joining what happened in the chat. It doesn't take long. Why silver? Because the iPhone 10 silver looks awesome, and that's the only other iPhone 10 color, but it looks really good. It's over, Gunhu. The event's over. There's a new budget iPad. That's it. There's no Air Power. There's no SE2. There's no gold iPhone. There's no MacBook price reduction. There's no new Apple Pencil. Let it go. Everyone just give up. Not much happened. Not much happened. The new budget iPad has a new gold color A10 chip and supports Apple Pencil. There's no quad speakers. There's no smart connector. There's no 120 hertz. There's no laminated display. That's it. That's all that changed. Logitech Crayon. You can't find it. The Logitech Crayon is not on the Apple Store. There's some new accessories. There's a $130 leather iPad Pro sleeve now. Oh my God, that's a lot. Oh, that's ugly. The pink one. Oh, that's gross. The electric blue one looks pretty good. You can now, the biggest takeaway from the educational event is you can now pay an extra $50 and get a space gray Magic Trackpad. That's the biggest change. iPad mini's still here. iPad mini's not moved. It's the exact same price. It's not been discontinued. Neither has the MacBook Air. Everyone just lose all hope. All Apple events are now doomed. There's never going to be another Apple event ever again. Apple's giving up. They're closing. It has a fingerprint scanner. Yes. It has it. Oh my God. It's so basic. There's so little changes. It's so minor. No 64 gig, but there was a 64 gig in the first place. So you could create AirPower with color. Yeah, I would like multiple colored AirPower charge mats. I'm a little bit tired. Yeah, I don't sleep very well before Apple events. I even if I know I'm not going to buy anything Apple at the Apple event, I don't sleep well. Usually, if I know I have to get up early to watch something, which today I did, I don't sleep. So, yeah, I'm going to look forward to being done with this. You ordered my Apple Supreme shirt. Thank you. No AirPower, no. I should, yeah, 200 gigabytes of free cloud storage if you're a student, not if you're a consumer. If you're a consumer, it's $3 a month. There's no SE2. There's new Apple Watch bands. Oh my God. Oh my God, what do the bands look like? Let's see the new ones. Oh my God, there's a minty looking sport loop. Oh my God, there's a Tahoe blue sport loop. Fascinating. There's some new sport bands like red raspberry or lemonade. That makes me really want to drink lemonade. Huh. There's some new Nike bands. They look about the same. There's a black and white Nike band that looks slightly different than the last black Nike band. We didn't need an event for this. My God. We've had website updates with more changes than this. Do we have space gray Apple Pencil? No, there were no changes to the Apple Pencil, other than if you're a student, you can get a $10 discount. Meme review. There's some new nylon bands. There's some new classic buckles that no one's going to buy because they're $150. And new Hermès band, which also no one's going to buy because it's probably $1,200. Oh, my apologies. It's $400 for a band. My bad. iPad can be great for YouTube editing. I just did a video on apps I'd recommend for your iPad. How does Apple confirm you're a student when purchasing online? Traditionally, you can just go to the education on the website and get the discount without proving that you were a student. That's kind of nice, though, isn't it, Doug? The fact that if you just hit education mode, everything becomes cheaper. I think Apple's okay with that. And I think you should be too. If there's a free and technically legal, I mean, if there's an easy and technically legal way to make all the products cheaper, go for it. Meme review. Yeah. 32 gigs is enough for someone who's spending $330 on an iPad. What's ironic, though, here's the bizarre part. You spend $330 on an iPad, budget iPad. However, the primary reason of getting that iPad now is Apple Pencil support. But the Apple Pencil is still $99. So now, Kyle, by the way, I already have a 2G and I have already compared it to the iPhone 10. Just scroll back a little bit. I reviewed it. You're spending like a third of what your iPad is worth on a stylus. Or you could get the Logitech Crayon. Again, I don't know where that is. Is it on Logitech's website? No, they did partnerships like that. I go to logitech.com. Geez, they kind of have a cool looking website now. iPad cases. I don't see stylus anywhere. Sorry. I don't know when it's available or when it's going to be available or anything like that. Huh. Is the iPad Air 2 better? No, that would be slower and doesn't support Apple Pencil. Can you comment on what to expect on upcoming MacBook Pro? Faster CPU, maybe 6 cores. I don't think we're going to get a design change this year. Did you see Huawei P20 Pro Twilight? No, more people care about this. I'm literally talking about a new iPad color, and there's 750 people watching. If I wanted to bore people, I'd talk about a new Huawei phone. What is it? What happened? Why is the Huawei camera so great? Why is everyone talking about it? Huawei.com. See more. Oh, it has 3 rear-facing cameras. Oh my god. And a notch. Oh my god. It looks like an iPhone Touch ID on the bottom. Oh my god. Triple camera. What's the oh my god. Hey Wyatt. Wyatt? Hi. Elliot, how's it going? Do you have your Pixel phone? Can I show them real quick? Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, this is the first gen still.
Yeah.
This is Wyatt's sister, everyone. So you can say hi if you want. We're just talking about new iPads. There's the Pixel. I love your t-shirt, by the way. So there's the old Pixel back in Tailosive. Thank you. You can, sorry, I got about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah. They're got to talk about this camera that has this smartphone with 3 cameras on the back. That's what matters. 109 on DX. Seriously? Is that true? That's crazy. That's crazy high. Okay, rear camera. Let's go to that section. 20 megapixel, 40 megapixel, and 8 megapixel telephoto. Jeez. Okay, so that did the telephoto lens trick. It really got 109 on DxOMark. This makes the Pixel 2 so useless. They shouldn't talk about that at all. Go to DxOMark here. Did you hear Fortnite is coming to iOS? Oh my god. I know you're saying that sarcastically, but seriously. Oh my God, Huawei P20 got 109. What the DxO Mark? What is wrong with you? This camera better cure cancer. Jeez. Bright light what's the aperture? Well, it's a 1.8 aperture. Does it have a variable aperture? Can it record 4K at 60? I don't see that option. Huh. 980 FPS. Oh, that's way different. That's way different than 960 FPS. Never mind. But it's probably for 0.2 seconds. And the bokeh looks pretty good on it, I guess. Jeez. Is now everyone going to be getting 3 smartphone? All right. Take care. This camera that cures heart diseases, exactly. Did you see that DxO Mark? I don't get you. Huawei must have paid them a bunch. Big old notch on there. Looks like if Samsung's not the highest rated anymore. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Are you buying the new one? I don't think so. I don't think there's any point for me to. I don't know if you should buy the SE right now. It feels like it's about to be refreshed, but it might not be. If it is going to be refreshed, though, it's definitely going to be summer. It's funny how much the Huawei looks like an iPhone, except for the bottom, obviously. But yeah, I mean, you got to admit, like they went bezel-less, but they kept the fingerprint reader in a proper place, which is the front. At least I think that's what it is, unless it's just an awkward home button. I'll give them credit for that. They know that's the best place to put the fingerprint reader is the front. Or can you watch it? It's not out yet. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. It'll be on Apple's website. Just keep refreshing. It is a fingerprint reader. Good. 25. No, they were saying that one wide angle lens was a 40 megapixel. That hasn't happened in a long time. I believe there was a 42 megapixel in like, now the S9 camera sucks because, yeah, the Huawei P20 got a 109. Will the Pixel 3 even get a 109? Probably not. MKBHD crying. Oh my God. If they keep changing the top DxO Mark score, it looks fine. I don't know why they got it scored at 109. What would a perfect score be? I don't know. It's still running on Android, so I don't care too much about it. This portrait photo they're showing me looks kind of blurry, personally. That's just me, though. It doesn't have 4K at 60. Obviously, they don't care about that kind of thing, do they? Yeah, there was a 41 megapixel Nokia phone a long time ago. Why do you hate Android? I've made several videos on why I don't care for it. You can check that out. That's my thoughts. What camera technology they built into it is now dated. Probably score a 89 on DxO Mark, and now no one will book it. But they got your money. You already reserved 3 of them. They already got $4,000 out of you. AI image stabilization. Oh yeah, I'm sure that works well. They only record 960 FPS for a quarter of a second as well. Apple is big. Why can't they give iPads to school for free? Okay, I don't exactly know what you meant by that, but thank you for the donation. Ooh, they got 3D portrait lighting just like an iPhone. Clever idea. So original. Oh, yeah, at least it's not a Snapdragon chip. Hey, does it have a headphone jack? Doesn't look like it. Looks like USB-C on the bottom. Why? Oh, were you saying why can't they give away iPads to school for free? Because that's not how a business works. Why can't they give away iPhones for free? That would be nice, but then they wouldn't be able to make new iPhones because it takes money to produce these things. It's not cheap. There is no headphone jack on the Huawei P20. Sweet. So we can now say the highest reviewed. You know what would have been funny on the Huawei P20? What if the P20 keynote was like, here's our new phone, dual camera, no need, triple camera. Well, I'm sure Unbox Therapy just unbox it. What's annoying is like two of the cameras are connected and there's still a camera bump. And then there's another camera bump that's not connected underneath that, and then the flash. Jeez. That's a weird design. And the Huawei is written sideways on it. I don't know. Takes money to make money, exactly. Only the Pro has an OLED display. Yeah, okay. Qualcomm probably is the worst decision for Samsung, given we know that if Samsung uses their own CPUs, they're a lot faster. But they keep on shipping them with Snapdragon because they have to, I guess. I don't know. Huawei's excuse me. Huawei's known for you missed everything. You didn't miss much. There's a new iPad. It's cheaper. Supports the Apple Pencil. That's about it. It comes in blush gold. People seem to think it's fun to talk outside on the phone. Jeez, why are they walking around back here? There's people just talking outside. Should I just go and slam on the door? I'll just go outside and slam on the door real quick. That'd be funny. Why do they do this? Why does someone on the phone have to walk around other people's space? We have security cameras out there too. He can see that. We just got a new security system. I did a review on the Vivo Apex concept phone. You got to look for these things too. Ugh. He walked around this. Well, now he's coming back. My goodness. Slam the door. Swear, if he's walking back this way, I can see his silhouette. Okay. Can he stop? Is he on a smoke break or something? Oh my God. There is now, yes, it's the exact same budget iPad. Everyone's saying do it. 4,000 milliamp hour battery means nothing when iPhone 8 Plus can just as long for half the size. They usually have to have more RAM, more milliamp hours because the CPU on Android phones are not as good at conserving power. That's why they have more. A10 Fusion chip, which is slightly faster than the A9, yes. Apple Car and Apple TV seem to aim on a iMac G3. I don't know what you're saying, but I appreciate the donation. Is he walking this way? Here I go. He stopped talking. I was with you in the CNET stream. Yeah, Damascus, I noticed you. He stopped talking. That's not his space. They must have gone away. I'm such a nice neighbor. Oy, oy, oy. Good job. Thank you. Oh, that was fun. Well, he went somewhere. But I hope they know not to do that. We need to put signs up. Blows up studio. Can you show right now your S9 Plus? It's over on the couch, but it's here. Yeah, there's just a new iPad, guys. It's not that different. It's a good deal. If you're a student, it's a good deal. That's about it, though. I'm not going to be buying it. Watch my Galaxy S9 review if you're asking iPhone 10 or S9. I answered that. My Office is HomeKit compatible. Absolutely. Watch the Grown Up ad. Should we wait for a new Apple Pencil? No. As we just realized by this event, there's not going to be a new Apple Pencil probably this year at all. I wouldn't count on it. Anyway, we've come up on our hour, so thank you guys for all your donations and your questions. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day.